South Carolina put belt the ass on Vanderbilt today. Let's talk about it. Welcome to the MidMajors Podcast, where the real hoop talk happens unfiltered and unapologetic. We just got off the live. We're going to do a little recap of the South Carolina Vanderbilt game. Let's get into it. So Courtney had South Carolina for the win. She went back and forth. She flipped-flopped a little bit. She had South Carolina, then she went Vandy, and then she went South Carolina again before the game started. I took Vandy at the beginning of the game just because I felt like Vandy was going to show up a little bit more than what they did. So let's talk about it.
So, yes, I always have stood with South Carolina.
Yeah.
But y'all pissed me off last game. South Carolina fans agreed with me that they were pissed off as well. You know,
Yeah.
I still on game day was going to pick South Carolina, but y'all pissed me off so bad. I didn't even know who I was looking at. I told you I was looking at the game pigeons, and I ain't like that shit. I'm not rolling with no pigeons. Okay? I picked the Gamecocks, not the pigeons. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, we knew that South Carolina was going to bounce back. I think they looked good on every single aspect of the game, every single level of that. They just looked good all around. Okot did amazing after coming off a bad game for
Coming
her.
off the bench.
For OU, came off the bench. I thought she came in immediately, and you could just see the difference. It was night and day, just with her hustle, her strength, hitting those shots, playing defense, all of it. She looked great. Love Latson's aggressive play today. I don't think she just settled. I think she let the game come to her, but I also think she took parts of the game as well. And she's definitely a player that can do that, so I was happy to see that. Raven looked good leading the team, even though she picked up those 2 early fouls, but I think altogether the team did great and keeping it together with her on the bench. As far as Vandy, they look bad today.
Terrible.
The post play looked absolutely terrible today.
Terrible.
They were non-existent. I don't even know what the end was. Let me see. How many points in the paint are we talking? South Carolina had 56 points in the paint, opposed to Vandy's 24. We talk about turnovers. Vandy had 20 turnovers, and South Carolina scored 32 points off of those turnovers. So, again, when I said, I was like, ooh, Galvin is the key. I said that is Galvin being the key to the game. They stopped her. They beat Vandy. And Galvin was non-existent. Where was she at?
Non-existent. And it's crazy because Galvin still played 31 minutes tonight.
Exactly.
I think that she stood out those minutes in the first half, but it still was 7 points.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not making your teammates better. She only had 4 assists. I think for her, a game like that, she got to have about 10. Might have to have a double-double with scoring and assist.
Absolutely.
Michaela Blake's was still Michaela Blake's. Michaela Blake's hit 24 shots. She did the best that she could. She's still 23, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. She had 5 turnovers, but whatever. You got to do the best that you can at the end of the day. I think that South Carolina just came out. I think they took advantage. I think that they just took it personal. I think that they just came out and just really we're not playing around with your asses tonight. We came out. We had a bad game. We looked like shit the previous game. We still are who we say we are, who we know we are. So I think that they just took advantage of that and just came out and played. You know, you had Lasson who had 21 points. You had Tessa Johnson with 20. Raven Johnson came out with 10. And Joyce Edwards with 16. I just felt like that South Carolina just came to play.
They did.
They came to play. They played defense at the beginning of the game. They forced Vandy to have a whole bunch of turnovers early in the game. The first few minutes, they just built the ass. And I think that we saw South Carolina basketball tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we talked about it during the live. This is not like for Vandy, this game for them was just kind of like see where they're at, right?
Facts.
To me, we talked about this. It's not like this loss isn't like a reality check loss, even though that they were undefeated. Like, you know, you lose to a really good South Carolina team, and you know, like that's where we want to gauge where we're at. And I think they did that. But yeah, I think did Vandy get exposed today?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what does that look like for you?
I expected Vandy's post play to play a better factor than they did. They was non-existent. They wouldn't. They, even if they don't show their presence as far as scoring, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to show their presence as far as just defensively, and rebounding. I felt like South Carolina had whatever they wanted in the paint, wide open. I feel like it was a lot of the times that South Carolina didn't have nobody guarding them in the paint whatsoever, and just had wide open layups. So I just feel like with Vandy, like, you got to show up a little bit more. But I feel like with Vandy, like, we can give Michaela Blakes all the credit that she deserves, but I just feel like when it comes to Vandy, that damn point guard gotta do something.
Yeah,
she gotta do something. She gotta make more noise.
She was one to me that got kind of exposed today, and exposed as in like just some things that she needs to work on. Yeah. You know what I mean? And if
Which
I'm
is
the
the perfect
opponent,
time. It's a perfect time to get exposed.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So like if I'm an opponent just looking, it's just like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna keep her on the left side of the floor. Yeah. She's a bit slower at coming off screen. She's slower about making decisions. Yeah. Getting her shot off, all those things, you know. Yeah. But yeah.
Vandy looked like an unorganized team today. I feel like other than today, I feel like they've always looked organized. I feel like they've always had like a good offense. I feel like they've always just had shit together on defense too. But I feel like today they just look unorganized. They've got Ole Miss coming up on Thursday. I see Vandy bouncing back from this game too. I feel like Vandy going to work. They going to work. They're taking the day off some more, and I feel like they're going back to work on Tuesday. I just feel that way. But I just feel like
crazy. I feel like Ole Miss might take it.
Do you?
I do. I think Michaela Blakes is going to be Michaela Blakes.
Always.
I'm not worried about her. You know what I'm saying? I think this South Carolina game to me, like really like it exposed them for me. Like if in Vandy, I guess I'm looking at like, okay, physicality is not something y'all really do well with. You know what I'm saying? So, and when I think of Ole Miss, like they are that. Okay. Like they're aggressive. They're in your face. They're going to play hard. Okay. You know, scrappy.
Good defense.
Good defense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to apply that pressure. Okay. So I guess I'm just thinking like, how well will Vandy respond to that, against the Ole Miss team? And Ole Miss is definitely up and down as well too. So it'll be a good game.
Would you say that Ole Miss is a disciplined team?
No.
Okay. I feel like Vandy is a more disciplined team than Ole Miss. And I feel like as far as Ole Miss, I don't think that Ole Miss has the players that South Carolina has to come out. I feel like discipline's going to play a factor in that game. And I don't think that Ole Miss is more disciplined than Vandy to win the game.
Right. But see, and if I'm playing devil's advocate, the thing about it is that does Ole Miss's aggressiveness get them out of that discipline? That's the thing.
I don't think the Ole Miss.
I don't think that.
I don't think the Ole Miss has the post play that Vandy can potentially have too. I feel like we saw like really bad post play from Vandy players. Yeah. But I still like the very bad post play can still be more than what Ole Miss has from the post. Okay. But if Ole Miss comes out, which I think they're a defensive team, I think that if Ole Miss comes out and they can play defense on your girl Galvin and still have her shook up and have her looking crazy like they did tonight, it could be that. I think she really has to get better. I mean, she's a freshman. I get that before you come in the comments and be like, I mean, I get it. Right, but I still think that she was better. She's better than what she showed today.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
But it's gonna be exciting. I mean Thursday we got our top 25 matchups. As far as the SEC goes, it's not really a whole lot of action. The biggest game is gonna be Vandy and Oklahoma. I mean Vandy and Ole Miss. My fault. That's gonna be the biggest game that we got. Who do we have coming up that Sunday? I think Sunday we got Tennessee and UConn. We got Alabama, LSU. We got Michigan and Michigan State. Baylor, West Virginia, TCU, Texas Tech, Kentucky, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. Iowa, UCLA. So y'all let us know. If y'all want us to go live for a game, let us know which one you want us to show up. I think they said they want us to see UCLA and Oklahoma, but I don't know. But good game today. South Carolina really came out and showed what they could do. So happy for them, proud of them. I love to see what they did. But just want to recap on the game. Make sure you guys go join our Patreon. We showed a preview of what our merch gonna look like. Courtney, talk about the TikTok situation.
Okay. So I think a couple people said it in the chat. TikTok they just signed a deal with the U.S., so they own it in the United States. So like it's a whole thing right now. I don't know if they're like shifting things or whatever, but we posted a video today and it didn't get any traction at all. Like it almost it's saying that it posted on our TikTok page, but I don't think it's getting like seen at all. It's not in any type of algorithm at all. So if you just see a lack or a delay in posting, just know that we did post it. It's just not being seen. So just make sure you guys come over to our YouTube channel, because this is where we'll post like the majority of that content as well. The stuff you see on TikTok is what you'll see on YouTube as well.
Yeah. So we appreciate y'all. Thank you for everybody. And we'll see how it goes next week. See y'all next week.
Bye, guys.